everyone! So I figured that I need to put on some makeup, so I might as well film a little chatty get ready with me and try and also pack my Shop My Stash bag. I started filming my Shop My Stash and then I realized that I probably need to film my monthly haul before I put stuff in here. So I kind of started, but that's a topic for another day. So if you guys want to hear me just ramble, test some new makeup, some old makeup, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I try to post quite often. I love new eyeshadow palettes, so you definitely get a lot of those here on my channel. Highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so like I said, this is gonna be probably chaotic, but listen, you guys kind of love it when I just sit and chat, so let's do it. Let's do it. I don't want to put primer on because I moisturized, and we have this little friend hanging out here. It's still like pretty in there, so I don't want to like squeeze it or anything, which is whatever. But yeah, let's go ahead and put some makeup on. So I had picked out for my Shop My Stash in February the Juvia's Place foundation, which I like, but I have two shades. So I bought the shade Caracas and then I bought the shade Punta Cana. This one feels a little too light and then this one feels a little too dark. So now I'm like, do I return both and try a different shade? Should I mix them? Mixing is like not my favorite thing because that seems like very, very high maintenance. So I'm not quite sure what to do here. I think for my Shop My Stash though, I might add the Essence foundation into it because I really enjoyed playing with the Essence foundation. So I'm going to use that on my face today. So it's the first of the month and I can't believe it's already February. I had my doctor's appointment yesterday and then typically like I schedule my next appointment after the doctor appointment. So I went to schedule them and they usually like to have two of them scheduled out. And so I had one scheduled out and she's like, oh, let me just schedule your like March appointment. And she's like, yeah. So then we scheduled March and she's like, yeah. And then after this one, you're going to be coming in every 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy, you guys. This pregnancy is flying by. I've talked about this before. I feel like I'm so focused on the one that's here already that it's so weird to even like, I don't know, not that it's weird to think about another one, but it's just like, it's just so weird. Like it just flies on by, you know? And so that's been interesting. And I kind of wanted to tell you guys, about a week or two ago, I was flying solo for a week and basically my husband had a business trip out of town and he was away for a whole week and I was just kind of freaking out because I had never had that much time with our daughter. So, I mean, obviously I'm a stay-at-home mom, so of course I've had that much time with her, but just like solo with him not coming home from work. So I was like really nervous. Obviously I didn't want to share about it on the internet because people are crazy, but I wanted to talk about it after the fact because it made me appreciate all the like parents out there that do it solo. And like, I don't know how like military wives cope with their family members being gone, or I guess any spouse like in general. So typically, because we've done this before where he's been out of town and before I was a mom, which was fine because, you know, then it's just like a little mini, I don't want to call it a vacation, but it's a good amount of like alone time for me because I would consider myself like is it called an ambivert? Like I'm sort of an extrovert, but like the older I get, I also feel like I'm a little bit of an introvert because I like to kind of recharge after spending time with people. And so yeah, usually when he's gone and it's just me, I'm fine. Because I love the alone time. I can like focus on myself, and like before I was working outside of the home. So, you know, I got to do my own thing. But this time it's like a whole nother ball game with a little one. So thank goodness for our nanny, because she was able to come 4 days during the week, which really helped me and gave me a break. And of course, like every indie brand ever was launching something new at that time. So I'm just like, oh my goodness. But it worked out perfectly for me because I didn't realize there were so many launches coming. Like Sigma sent me a package, Blend Bunny sent me a package, and Nomad as well. So filming wise, it worked out great because she only usually comes to my house 2 times a week. And this week I had her 4 times, which I know I'm like so lucky. But oh my gosh, the amount of time I spend thinking like, is she better off in daycare? Is she gonna be better off in daycare? I still can't figure it out because around here, like the daycares are so full and it's like so scary to me. I don't know why. It's just so scary to me to think of putting her in daycare because I have one of my labor and delivery nurses on Facebook. I don't know, I guess we bonded. I don't know if they do this with everyone that goes to the hospital, but she told me to add her on Facebook and stuff like that. And I mean, I only know her from being in the hospital. And so she had this horror story because she was postpartum when I was having my child. And she was posting about how her daycare provider in our town was like basically selling the breast milk the parents were sending for their kids. And obviously I know like everything has their pluses and minuses, so I can't like judge the whole thing based off of this one gal's experience, right? But I think the thing that my friend said to me that kind of just made me feel a little bit reassured is she's like, Karen, you're never gonna regret the time at home like with your kids. So like it is hard because for me, I like really miss, you know, getting up in the morning, getting dressed up, going to work. But you know, those are like the things you kind of are so almost like stressed by when you are like at an office job. And like, I don't know about the places you guys have worked at, but like my last couple of workplaces, like it's just drama. Like there's always like freaking drama with the coworkers and, you know, employees, and like that's stressful too. So in a way, like I really try to remind myself that like, okay, there's like pluses and minuses to every situation. And like I carry a lot of like YouTuber guilt on myself, which is totally like self-inflicted. It's nothing that, you know, my subscribers are putting on me or anything. I just put it on myself. But oh my gosh, I like stress myself out way too much when it comes to like keeping up and uploading schedules. And I know like as I get closer to having this baby, it's gonna be impossible for me. And I'm really trying really hard to work on myself and like to just like accept that and like trust me, I'm not like looking for sympathy. I'm just trying to talk to you guys about this because I'm guessing there's a lot of other people out there that feel the same way about either motherhood or things, making choices, picking between so many things that are important to them. So I really admire all parents out there that are making it work because it's hard. It is hard. Anyway, I told you this video was going to be rambly. So anyway, he was gone for a week and I didn't think we were going to survive, but we did. And actually, I almost want to say we thrived a little. So I also got this palette from Sigma just yesterday, I think. It's the new mod, but it's in their 7-pan format. So they pick like the best shades in the existing Nomad palette. So I thought I would just do a quick look with this. I don't really know like how popular these 7 pans are versus the full-size palettes. So you guys will have to tell me. Personally, I had all the full-size ones first, so for me, I was like, oh, this is a little bit like repetitive, but I did put the 7 pan Quarter Rosa in my Sigma Favorites set, link down below. And with doing like Shop My Stash and stuff like that, it is a little bit easier to have small palettes like this. So they just like fit in your makeup bag, maybe your makeup drawer, maybe you like to travel with your makeup a lot. So I get the appeal of this now, especially with my lifestyle changing. But yeah, I would love to hear feedback from my subscribers because I think it's, you know, something that makes sense. Maybe you guys have different thoughts and I would like to hear them. So I'm going to go into the shade Preppy, which is the lightest like pastel-y color. And I'm just going to apply that in the crease and kind of all over the brow bone here. I'm going to try and use as many shades as I can, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Anyway, I really like this Essence foundation, and I think it's like, what, $6 or $7? I've been seeing some people say they're actually discontinuing that other one that I showed in the video when I first used it. Oh my gosh, I had so many other new foundations I wanted to try, and I used the Essence one. That's so silly of me, but literally in front of me is like a huge mess. It's like a huge mess. I need to organize, but I also wanted to film a chatty video. These are my struggles. Okay, next we're going to go into Nomad. I tried the L'Oreal True Match foundation that my friend Angie really liked. I saw it at Target. I wasn't going to buy it online, but I saw it at Target and I was like, let me just grab it. So I did, and it's okay, but I just have the toughest time with drugstore foundations and my skin tone. I feel like I picked a neutral shade and I still felt like it was a little bit of an orangey shade, so I don't know. I don't know about that foundation, but I do have some other new products I want to share with you guys as well. So hopefully I won't forget. And then I actually did buy this one too because it was available at my Ulta store. And honestly, I feel like it's nice. You guys know me, I don't love powder foundations. It definitely gives you that like, what is it called? Like a airbrush look, but I used it how Michaela used it in her TikTok, and I did a wet sponge or like a damp sponge, and I felt like it was really like stuck to the first pot I put it in. So I would love to try it with a brush because I feel like the sponge wasn't like the best method of application for me. Okay, so that's the shade Edgy, and now I'm going to take the shade Grunge right here, and we're just going to put a little bit of it on the outer corner just to give it a bit of a smoky look. And honestly, this palette is giving me the vibe of that Natasha Denona face palette, the Love face palette I just tried. It seems like when Valentine's comes a-knocking, these color stories just come out of the woodwork, like the pinks and the purples. But I will say, after seeing you guys' comments, I kind of have to agree. I'm not like super sold on the face palette. Like I feel like if I had maybe sat and thought about it, it's not really something I needed, considering the blush shade is too light for me anyway. But you know what? Lesson freaking learned, y'all. Lesson freaking learned. And honestly, I was probably gonna buy it because I like to collect those palettes. So yeah, this is blending very nicely though. The Sigma formula we know and love. So yeah, super cute. And then for the shimmer shade, I was gonna use a shade from this, but I saw a little post on Instagram and I thought it would be fun to do a little experiment, so let's do that. Okay, so I was on Instagram at like 3 a.m. as I usually am because I can't really sleep too much these days, and I saw a post from a creator. I'm not sure who they are. If I can find them, I'll link them down below, but this is the shade Leon from the Oden's Eye Multichromes. And I guess they had trouble with this eyeshadow, or maybe all the multichromes. I think I like skimmed through their post and some of the comments and stuff like that. I will say for me, when I swatched this, I did say, first of all, that I didn't know that this was a multichrome. I think it's just a bright metallic red shade, which is fine. I will say that I have not used every single shade on my eyes because there's like 42 shadows. I have used a few of them, but not all of them. So I figured, let me go try and put this on my eyes because now I need to know if it's gonna do the same thing for me. It looked like it like creased on them and it like really broke up. So yeah, I was really interested in seeing if it was gonna do that to me too. And then I saw, I think they had said, or somebody in their comments had said, that the ingredient, like one of the ingredients in this eyeshadow is, I think, dimethicone. Don't quote me on that. And so that's not usually the best thing for like oily lids. So yeah, I figured let me try this and see how it works on me. So all I do typically is just spray my eyeshadows, my metallics, because let's be real, I'm a lazy bitch and ain't nobody got time. So yeah, I just wanted to see how this will look on my lids. So I'm like picking up quite a bit on my brush because it's like layering on very slowly and I can see a little bit of fallout. So I'm very curious now to see how this is gonna do on my eyelids, because I'll probably just wear this look like I have lunch plans today. So there it is. I really want to like top it with something because yeah, I really don't see the multi-chrominess of the shadow, but it's definitely like very vibrant, very red. And I mean, please know that I'm not like trying to call anyone out. I literally just was so curious because I was seeing a lot of comments in there saying like, oh, you know, it's like always just the affiliates that rave about Oden's Eye and all this stuff, which, you know, people have opinions and that's fine, but I also bought like a lot of Oden's Eye stuff before I would get it in PR. And you guys know me, I'm a sucker for colorful shadows, and I told people that I really enjoyed these, so I want to try it because I don't want to be like misguiding you guys if it's not good. But sometimes, you know, people just have different experiences too with shadows, so you know, we just gotta see if everyone feels the same way. I will say they did say they had oily eyelids, and I have like, I mean, I live in the freaking tundra. It's cold as F here, so I have pretty dry skin. I'm not loving how it's like I need to like apply it on my entire lid because the deep shade here is not doing it for me. But okay, I think that looks okay. Yeah, so there's a little bit of fallout, but you know, that's not the end of the world. And yeah, I'm trying to like do my like faux cut crease vibe, but I think that looks okay. So you guys let me know what you think, but I'll keep you guys posted because it's literally like I swatched this, but I've never worn it on my eyes, this color. So I'll keep you guys posted on how it wears. Like if it does that for me, I'll update you guys on Instagram, and I'll also post a little video on here. But if it wears fine, this is what it looked like. Okay, we'll just go with that. I'm gonna add a little bit more of grunge here on the end just to help blend. We'll see how it goes. It's very in your face for a curry lunch date with your bestie, but we'll just go with it. I will wear it. We shall see. Okay, so for my Shop My Stash, I thought it would be fun to put the Authorine palette from Menagerie Cosmetics in there. So I just grabbed it. Oh my god, I just dug my nail in it. Dang it. Anyway, one of you guys had watched my Menagerie like lip swatch video from like forever ago. And I think the comment was something like, oh, I didn't know this was a brand. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I should really pull out my blush palette because it's so beautiful. And I saw it like in their Instagram post the other day. And I was like, let me just play with that. So I'm using the shade Cloudberry. And we're just, you know, throwing on a little berry toned blush with this big chunky Sigma brush. I need to wash my brushes too in the worst way. I think that my breakout could be dirty brushes or, you know, hormones. But I did throw away my beauty blender. But I need to wash my brushes because I haven't done that in a hot second. So yeah, that's going in my Shop My Stash bag. And then for highlight, I want to use, oh, I was going to use one of these too. These are the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blushes. Let's just put some on top. This is the shade Pretty Peach. It's like a shimmery blush, so I feel like I could almost skip highlighter because of that one. So I don't know if I'm going to add this to my Shop My Stash though. We'll see. And then I don't think I'm going to do highlight. So I just need to do some eyebrows off camera. Let's pick a lippy shade. So I've had a few sitting in my purse and I haven't reapplied any of these. So let's go ahead and pick. I think I'm going to use the Hourglass. This is the Stylo in the shade Rouge. I really like this. I bought this in a set during the holidays and it's such a pretty like glossy nude. This is such a great like on the go lippy because it's like a gloss with some color to it as well. So really, really pretty, really comfortable. Really like that so far. And then of course we have the star of the show, Mascara Gate themselves. We've got the Telescopic Lift Mascara. I tried this out this weekend and I was not impressed. So I decided to give it another go because a lot of people are like comparing it now online and I'm like, maybe I just need to like be more patient. Definitely not my best virtue. So we'll see, but let me spare my face quick. Okay. I don't remember which side is for what. Okay, so I think you're supposed to use like the... Ow! Oh my god, I just stabbed myself. Strike two. Strike two. That's my screaming goat. In case you guys haven't been introduced to them. I saw that on Emily D. Baker's channel and I was telling my husband about it. And so he saw one at Barnes & Noble and he bought it for me. I think it's so funny. Ow. Oh god. Now the eyes are going to start tearing. So I need to like give myself a minute. I hate that. I hate when I do that. Okay, I need to do my lower lash line. I think I mentioned this in a different video, but I saw Angie say like do your lower lashes first. And I was like, Angie, why did I never think of that? You're so smart. So I've been trying, but I forget sometimes. But people out here acting like this mascara is like changing their lives and I just don't see it. I mean, it does a good job of like separating and it gives like a little bit of length, but I saw somebody said like this is replacing their Tower 28 and I'm like, really? Are we using the same mascara? I'm just kidding. Okay, let me just keep trying. And you know what I hate? I hate that this Michaela thing is selling these mascaras because it's really not like teaching anyone any consequences, right? But I don't know. I'm still like so conflicted about the whole thing because I don't feel like anyone should get canceled for like putting falsies in their video, but also it is very, very wrong. Like the more I thought about it and the more that comes out, it is very, very wrong of her to like lie to her audience. I think that's the part that really sucks is like the fact that she doubled down and she's like, I'm not wearing falsies. And then that other girl that jumped in to say like, of course, everybody lies about everything. Like, it's marketing. Like, I think that if she had just said, like, disclaimer, I did apply falsies for the last bit of this video, I think people would have swallowed that pill, you know? It's like, it's fine. Like, if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. Some people, like, don't care about mascara because they wear falsies every time. And I want to be that girl. I really do, because I think falsies look so beautiful with eye looks. But honestly, half the time, I just don't have the time to do it. Because, like, I'm literally, like, right now filming while my kid naps. I will say, with this eyeshadow, is it my favorite? No. It hasn't broken up on me yet, but it definitely looks very, like, dry on my lid. So I'm, like, so confused. And when I stabbed myself with the mascara and I used a Q-tip, I'm gonna wait, actually, because my mascara is wet. It did take a little bit off at the inner corner, so I need to, like, touch that up because it looks crazy there. But other than that, I'm just gonna fix my brows off camera. And I'll be right back to talk more nonsense with you guys, I guess. Okay, you guys, so the brows are on, and this is the look. I'm not going to change my hair because I washed it last night, and I kind of went to bed with it a little bit wet. So it still needs to dry quite a bit, and honestly, doing my hair is, like, my least favorite thing. And I have all this, like, baby hair. So these, like, hair bands, they're not, like, the cutest thing in the world, but they do the job, so I'm gonna use it right now. But yeah, this is the look. I had a lot of fun trying some of this makeup again, kind of trying to decide what to put in my Shop My Stash. I don't really want to go over everything I tried, but like I said, I like the Essence foundation. The Quickie concealer, I really want a different shade. I kind of don't love the shade I have, but a lot of the other stuff was, like, regular favorites. So I'll try and remember to link as much as I can down below. But this was supposed to be totally chill, so I hope you guys kind of enjoyed me rambling, and I will see you guys in another more serious video very, very soon. Bye!